Hi, it's the F1 weekend here in Shanghai. I'm not going. Tickets were unavailable, sold out in 10 minutes. Thanks, Instagrammers. I'm off to the AWE, which is the Appliance and Electronics World Expo at the SNIEC, which is the Shanghai New International Exhibition Centre. Phew! Right, I'm going to take line 9 and 7 to get there, over in the far east of Shanghai. The really tall building has been finished. Late commuting time, still quite busy. Here we are back at the SNIEC. Haven't been here for a year or more. Right, and there we are, the AWE. What happens at these expos is you scan that QR code and you get a ticket. Now I've pre-done that. Here we go. Quick security check, and then usually you have to go and show your passport and get a QR coded ticket here. So this is the international registration desk here. Right, so you use your passport, then you get one of these where there's a QR code underneath my thumb just in case there's personal data there, and then you use that to get in. What they were saying was that you can actually just tap with your mobile phone if you've got NFC and do a real name verification using Alipay. Show that there, and then we get in. Right, okay, so we are through. So those are the gates there. So I think it might be doing a face recognition, I'm not sure, but you basically tap the QR code, have a look in the camera, and you're through. All your personal data. There you go, China. These dates here, we're on the 13th, and these are the halls it's in. So west, north, and east. And so what that means, so there's all of the north halls, and then there's the west ones over there, and the east is kind of over there somewhere. It's like a massive big triangle. And so there's something like 15 halls here, and this exhibition is in all but 3. Because the site is so large, it has these various points where small little golf carts, buses will turn up and take people to the next corner over there. North one, yeah. Usually there's a really big map telling you generally what's where. Not today, so we're just going to have to walk around these various halls and see what we can see. Usually they group stuff together. Okay, we're going to see all sorts today. I guess there's going to be robots and VR, but there's going to be also washing machines and fridges and just all of that stuff. There's one of the unitaries. We'll see plenty of those today, I'm sure. Now, obviously one thing that's super popular is broadcasting online here in China, and that's exactly what all of these people are doing here. So there's one station. Everything's really brightly lit here, but you can see what they're doing is getting ready to do various shows to the camera. Maybe I'll get on as well. Hello. And more selling going on here. I think they're selling these fans. Yes, they're keeping shuttlecocks up. Massage equipment, I don't know what the name of the company is, 55%. Everything's Chinese manufacturers so far. Yet more online selling here. You can probably just see me in the background there. Let's see how many people I can video bomb, photo bomb. Let's have a look at the Fotil stand. I think they're fridges usually, but yeah. What we're looking at here is a lot of refrigerators, some cookery equipment, some ovens there, which are not actually traditionally usually seen in a Chinese kitchen because they often cook a lot on the gas hob. There's a robot. I think we're going to see many more of those. People in various costumes. And then we'll go on to the next AI in all. There's another AI. This is supposed to be a smart kitchen. Oh, another AI. And more robots. And air fryers. Seems like it's a whole stand full of them. Air purifiers and more air fryers. And then we've got some smaller stands here. There's some component suppliers as well. There's more online selling. So that's your kind of mobile setup nowadays. So she's talking to that phone there. She's got the laptop she's looking at, and you can see we've got very many phones here and a power supply as well. So it's no wonder people are coming in with bags, because they've got all of this equipment to do their broadcasting from. I've just got a little GoPro. N3. More fridges and washing machines. Now this is busier actually. So here's a Western brand, Westinghouse. I wasn't aware that they did household appliances. I thought they were more industrial equipment, but we've got coffee makers, environmental appliances, personal care there on the Westinghouse stand, water purifiers. Oh, and here we have thermos, then made famous of the flask. So yeah, you can see they've got their history there, look. So 1904 through to 2026, more online selling. Wow. And here we have the Morphy Richards stand. Now, it's really hard for me to know nowadays who owns who. I mean, to say, is that a Western brand? Was it never a Western brand and it was just using an English name? But, so I'm going to stop guessing. I'd just like to show that we've got yet more online selling going on. They do like their massage chairs here in China, and they've got this extra little arm. Now this is just a dummy, which is a shame. I've been in exhibitions before where certainly you can get oh, there you go, there's some people in the massage chairs there, but nobody's under the arm. And here's an interesting idea. So these have been thought about for a few years now. It's a little bit of a kind of exoskeleton that will help you either if you have some mobility issues, or if you want to extend your hike, or even lifting heavy objects, I believe. Down the back you get all the little component suppliers. So there's things like O-rings, mouldings, not sure what that is, power supplies or test equipment, thermos, flasks, etc. And then there's some of the bigger guys. Now this is interesting. So some robot, it's a robot fighting ring. Now there's only one that's active at the moment. That sounds heavy. Wow, there's so much media here. So this is TikTok. I guess there's a stage, they might be doing something soon. There's some intelligent door stuff. Ah, we've got what resembles a cocktail bar. So we've got some shakers and various other paraphernalia. Bosch is here, of course. German, LG, Korean, unless I'm badly mistaken. LG AI Home, so more AI stuff. What's Bosch showing? Kitchen equipment. We've got some real live demos going on in there. Siemens and Panasonic. Now Panasonic are doing some big show, looks really popular. Let's have a look. I'll just show you the reverse angle of that. Actually quite popular with people and the media. And quite a small stand for Hitachi. And there's Whirlpool, famous in the UK for washing machines, but I guess they do a range of products as well. And there's N5 up ahead, Haier. And indeed it is, or at least the majority is. So there's Haier, and then there's Cassart. Again, I'm focusing, I know, a lot on the mobile media creation, but you know, there's your whole studio. You've got some mixing equipment, laptop, and then bits of power supply down at the bottom there as well. Absolutely crazy. Like a mobile studio on a cart. We knew there would be robots, and here is Haier's home robots. This one's attempting to peel a banana, I think, but not with much success. Definitely busy, loads of AI, robotics, Haier smart home. There's a car over there. There's some coffee machines here. So yeah, it is a whole hall for hire. Looks like some traditional dress. It's damn busy here. The ubiquitous electric sit-on suitcase. That's the north side done, and just the north side, so there's 2 more to do. Nice weather anyway. It's actually completely impossible to get into the E's. Look, it's completely blocked up. FOMO, fear of missing out. Yeah, like, what's going on in E7? Look in your catalogue, Tim. Ah, yeah, that one's blocked as well. Dreamy. So these expos are so big and so popular that you always bump into somebody that you know. This is my friend Stefan. Hello. We're friends through F1, etc. Are you here exhibiting or? No,
just checking out.
Okay, E6 is not part of the AWE. However, it's kind of like an aerospace hall. So you can see we've got rockets in the background, and this stand has been playing a video of a self-landing rocket. I don't know whether it was real or computer generated, but it's weird to have this exhibition kind of slotted into the middle of the AWE. There you go, more rockets. CACE, so the first Shanghai Commercial Aerospace Conference and Exhibition. And it says this is the opening ceremony main venue. It looks like a SpaceX grid fin. This might be really interesting, but I don't even know whether I'm allowed to record this. Look, there you go, there's a bit of a conference going on. The back half of E5, there you go, that's what these exhibition halls look like. E4, keep pushing, Tim. Right, this is a whole lot of plush toys. My mate Stefan said, yep. I don't even know if it's part of the official exhibition. I didn't see it in the catalogue. It's the 4th China International Creative New Products and Pop Toys Expo and the 13th China International IP Licensing Industry Expo. That might be why we've got Harry Potter there. So there you go, it's toys and licensing and a really big printer of some kind. What I have to say, you know, Lego kind of knockoff. It's building blocks. Yes, here we go, E3 and E4 is what it's saying. So this will be more toys and stuff. And it's busy. I guess this is part of the IP bit. So we've got NASA as a IP to market in China, maybe. I'm back into the consumer electronics bit after going through the plush toy, whatever, exhibition. E2's a bit more kind of like components, so there's things like compressors, air compressors and valves, and Johnson Electric, Sensiron, Barcode. I don't really recognise many of these. I guess they're Chinese brands. Oh, Husqvarna, there's the robot lawnmower, etc. Yeah, seeing quite a lot of vacuum equipment. I guess they're all up against Dyson. There's a lot of drinks dispensers, either coffee or water purifiers or fruit juices. It's iRobot, the kind of famous company that first started robotic vacuum cleaners. Another big audio-visual suite there. I thought iRobot went bust. Or did they just get sold to another buyer, maybe Chinese? But there you go. I used to have an iRobot absolutely years ago. Some more robotic solutions. I think these are going to be possibly more sensible. So not totally bipedal humanoids, but you know, something that can, I don't know, bring you tea or coffee or something like that. Something that's actually a little bit more useful in the home. I didn't get into E7, but there you go, there's Dream and some of the products they've got. Okay, so just the W's to do. I think it's going to be a little bit more electronic and maybe some automotive stuff from now on. As soon as I've walked in, we've got PlayStation and some cars over here. This is BYD. TCL, which I think are mainly famous for, well, I thought it was TVs, but there's air conditioning. Sony with their Bravia brand. There's smaller humanoid robots there. It's not a Unitary, it's a Neotix, okay? Looks very much like a Unitary. And here we go, this is what I meant. Look at these TCL screens, that is massive, 98 inch. I think it's flickering on the video, I'm afraid. And then there's 130, absolutely massive screen, look at that. I'll try and give you a bit of size. So can't get the whole TV in, absolutely massive. More beds. Interesting to see how many of them are being used. And I think this is the trailer slash motorhome that Stefan, my friend, mentioned to me. So that looks quite nice and luxurious in there. That brand is Skydream. He said RV, but that's got a towing hitch. I call that a caravan. At least you would in the UK. More automotive stuff. So these look like charging robots. Yep, there you go. P01 charging robot. So I guess you park your car and maybe you can hire one of those to come and charge your car up for you. Charge your electric car up. Star Motor. So what you can see at the back there is a mock-up for a potential personal aerial vehicle, or drone I guess they're going to end up getting called. Electric bikes. A lot of media attention here. Certainly solar panels are a major product here in China at the moment, especially with oil issues. Cosmera. So I guess that's 163 inch. Oh my god, that is unbelievable. And it is pretty darn thin, but on closer inspection, I don't know if you can see that line there, there's actually panels. So there's one panel there. So they have not made that as a single piece, and they can't do that because if you have one pixel defect or several hot pixels, as I think they call them, then you throw the panel. So you can see what they've done there. It's actually made up of micro panels. The lines were fairly easy to spot. You know, it only took me 2 seconds really. We've got W345 to-do, another ubiquitous sit-on electric suitcase. Everybody's having a little bit of a rest now, I think. So yes, look, I said come on TARS, there's an Interstellar reference, and in fact they've used a similar image to the black hole in Interstellar. I wonder if they've done that knowingly. I kind of hope so. Looks like they have robots doing some storage activities. More electric scooters, and more media. Here we've got a little WALL-E model. It looks like they've taken WALL-E as a design cue for this little robot here, Sumbu, and it's another one of these mini exoskeleton aids. Aha, it's Insta360. I have a Insta360 1X version 2, I think it is. There's nothing new at the stand here because I knew already that they were up to X5 of the product, and there it is. This is the one that famously has the lens covers that can be removed in case you scratch them, which is something that's super easy to do with those 360 cameras because of the fisheye lenses that they have. It's Realtek there into W4. More automotive. That was Huawei, and there we've got Harmony OS 5 and 6, which is the Huawei OS that I guess they're trying to get into as many things as possible, like cars, of course. Tesla bot. Now we've got a Tesla. We don't have any bots active. We've got a bot in a case, which, to be honest with you, I've seen a Tesla bot in a case quite some time ago. So there you go, we've got Elon. There you go. Now, that might even be the same Tesla bot that I saw. I'm just trying to remember which exhibition, but we've certainly seen it before. And here we have a Cybertruck. I get the impression that Cybertrucks are not as popular as they once were, in the States at least. I think there's been one or two issues. The Navi, I think we've seen this at one of the automotive shows before. So this is one of these kind of transport pods. You can see by the lidars that it has on the corners that it'll be a self-guided kind of pod, a single-person craft. I'm going to guess this two-person one here is using ground effect to skim along the water. W5, last hall. Straight into, let's see, Ebony, I see Philips, Hisense, robotic, I think it's coffee making, yes. Just surprised to see a two-armed coffee maker. This show has been as much about mobile audio-visual studios as anything else. Look at that. Crazy. The Hisense stand is a little bit weird. They've kind of put themselves in a box, so there's loads of walls. Okay, washing machines, mobile audio-visual editing stations with their aerials, and some TVs. 136-inch. Let's see if that's made up of micro panels like the last one we looked at. And the answer is yes, it is. So you can see a line there. So there's a micro panel there as well. So there you go. That's the mobile crew there. Yet another media event. I was just getting my way into some of these shows. I've got to be careful I don't walk into people. They're all concentrating on our cameras and screens. Anyway, I think she was happy enough. That is the last hall. So I'm done, thankfully. Now, what did we learn there? We're busy, very busy with local Chinese. Internationally, I think it was probably less than 5%, probably more like 2 to 3. Not as many robots as I was expecting, not as many automotive items either, but then I guess it's more of an appliance show. You know, loads of washing machines, hair dryers, toothbrushes, air conditioning, there's a lot of that. TVs, we saw those really big TVs with the micro panels amongst them. Anyway, this is exactly where I started, so it's where I will sign off. You can see the buses there behind me and where I first started. I hope you enjoyed that. An expo video, I haven't done one for quite some time, but I quite enjoy doing them. It's really good exercise as well. Anyway, please like, subscribe, do some comments. That really gets people interested, and see you on the next one. Bye-bye.